You're now listening to the Beyond Elevated podcast.
You gotta listen.
What you need to do is listen to this right here. With Robert Wilson.
Hello, everyone. This is Robert Wilson on the Beyond Elevated show. And like I told you, we are going to interview some of the best network marketers in the business. And don't worry, Beyond Elevated is going to have so many different things that we offer to people and people who are doing network marketing or side hustles such as Uber and Airbnb. But we'll put that to the side right now because I am sitting down with someone who is unbelievable, one of the fastest growing individuals in the entire network marketing industry. Everyone, please welcome from Unique, Miss Krista Kasper. Krista, welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Well, no, believe me, the pleasure is all on this side. We're happy. We're ready to dive in. So first, let's talk a little bit about Unique. So you decided to join Unique. Why?
So I became a customer of Unique, and I was attracted to the fact that they were a naturally based skincare and cosmetic company. A little bit of background on me. I lost my mom to breast cancer 8 years ago and subsequently started a breast cancer foundation. And I really personally poured myself into preventative health care. And so I realized that this was something that I wanted to become a part of my mission in sharing with as many people as I could, the importance of naturally based cosmetics and skincare. So that was really my driving force behind why I decided to start a business with Unique.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's always good to have that passion behind because the passion drives everything. But I know that that's the reason you started, but we talked earlier, and that's not the reason that you're still there. That's not the reason that's keeping you around. What's keeping you around? What do you like more?
Right. So initially, of course, the idea was to share the awareness that what you put onto your body gets absorbed into your blood and lymphatic system within 26 seconds. And it was more product related. However, as my business has evolved and I have come in contact with so many people, what really drives me and what fulfills me is my ability to just change people's lives from a customer standpoint, to build inner confidence in people, but from an organization standpoint where the business is concerned, is helping other women achieve the kind of success that I've been lucky enough to achieve. And so by being able to help them build businesses and find financial freedom or time freedom or build that sense of self and that self-worth that they've been missing from an opportunity like this has really become what my passion is. And I have found so much fulfillment in that aspect, which was really just an added bonus of something I never expected, sort of being product driven in the beginning.
Wow. And believe me, let me just be the first one to tell you, it's not luck. I've been following you for years. I met you 5 or 6 years ago, and everything that you've been doing is all earned. But I know that it always doesn't.
Thank you.
It's true. It's true. I mean, believe me, it's true. Being an executive in a network marketing company, you are exactly what someone is looking for. So, but I know it didn't start with success off of the gate. You had your stumbling blocks, and your stumbling blocks came from, well, you tell me, what did your stumbling blocks come from and how'd you overcome them?
Sure. So, I felt like I was successful out the gate with sharing my products and being really knowledgeable about that, because I think no matter what you do in life, as far as business goes, you need to become the expert. So that I had down pat, and I thought, I poured myself into all of that, and I could really, really grasp on to providing value to my audience. However, where I struggled was in building other leaders. I felt like I had myself grounded in my own business and how I can get to the top. But what I really wanted is to learn duplication and how I can help other people follow that same path of success. And so I had to pour into myself with personal development And I wanted to learn how to build other leaders, because that truly was my struggle. And so now that I've become so consistent in sort of filling my own cup, because we all know you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So in pouring into myself and investing in certain courses with, network marketing geniuses, I've been able to sort of implement all of that knowledge and education into my organization with my downline.
Wow. Wow. And let me tell you, let me be the first one to tell you folks, it's not just something that she's saying. A lot of people can say it, but they don't live by it on a daily basis.
Right.
And you poured your heart into self-development, and people are always saying, well, how? So Krista, I ask you, how did you pour yourself into self-development?
So it's a commitment. It's an absolute commitment. And a lot of times people will say, well, I just don't have the time. Well, that's not really true, because we know that whatever we want in life, we can make the time if we truly want the time. So you either have an excuse or you have a solution as to how you're going to make the time if you truly want the growth and you want the change. So what I did was I gave up television. I don't watch TV anymore. It's just something that to me isn't income producing. And in this season of my life, I want to build a business that will affect my family for generations to come. So for me to give up television that I would normally watch to pour myself into personal development ultimately is not much of a sacrifice. But you find those things that you can give up to fulfill whatever your goals are. So when I'm driving without my children, because we all know if you're a mom or a dad, driving with kids, there's little to be accomplished there. But when it comes to driving without my kids, where I could just listen to the radio, I put on personal development, podcasts, Audible, audiobooks. I don't personally like to read myself. And I feel like I'm in a stage of my life where I have so much going on that I can never really fully get into a book. So if you're like me, you need to download Audible, and you can completely, I'm folding laundry and I'm listening to Audible. I'm listening to what all these experts in my industry have learned so that I can see how I can apply that. So that's basically what I've done. And I've done it every single day. So consistency is key. You can do anything every day when you set your mind to it.
Wow. And you're listening to the Beyond Elevated show. I'm sitting here with the person who used to be the person who was getting teached, and now she is teaching and she's doing a phenomenal job. Krista, we're going to go a little bit off script here. I'm looking behind you, and what I've seen in working with network marketing, some people are maybe 1 foot in or a half a foot in, or they're afraid to jump in the water. And I'm just looking at the surroundings around you, and excuse me for saying this, but you are unique, decked out back there. Look at it. Oh, okay. And this isn't something that you set up for. I know we did this very quickly, but you have the unique pillows, you have the colors. This is something that you're pouring your whole heart into, right?
I am. And success loves speed. So I came into this company, I hit the ground running. But one thing that I did was I had a vision of what I wanted when I hit the top of the company. And that was something that I set out for myself on my vision board. And it was when I hit the top of the company, I am building my own studio and I'm taking it to the next level. And so I've always been uniqued out in the sense that I've owned so much swag and things of that nature to really continue to build my brand. But now that I feel that I've reached a certain level in my company where I want to invest even further, I have now become unique. So I've been really blessed with this company. I reached the top in 2 years, but also I was nominated and chosen as a catalog model. So I now have been, have this incredible honor of representing the company as an international cover model. And so I eat, breathe, and live unique. I bleed purple.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you're doing a fantastic job. 2 more questions, Krista. And the first one is social media. You've built your whole business, and I don't want to say something that's not true. I want to make sure I'm right. I've watched you, and you have a very big social media presence. I mean, it's huge. So can you talk a little bit about how you built your business through social media and why it's so important?
Sure. So our company is virtually based. So I was sort of thrown into the idea of building my business on social media. But as a mom, I personally was extremely attracted to that because I don't have the kind of time to go outside the home. But what social media allows is to not only not be bound by geographical restrictions, but what it really allows is for you to build relationships. And there's no way I could sustain relationships with this many people without the power of social media. So I'm able to expand my network, which is something that I do daily. I'm able to find people of common interest through multiple social media groups, whether you're a Disney lover or you're in a mom's group or you love gardening or travel groups. There's so many ways that you can find to connect with people of common interest and really, build those relationships and those friendships. And what I've also been able to achieve through social media is building my personal brand. And this is something that I always drive home to my team, because people are going to decide whether or not they want to shop with you or join your business within 10 seconds of seeing your social media profiles. So you really want to handle yourself in a professional way, but you also want to be vulnerable and you want to show people who you are. You want to be able to build that personal brand more so than you're pushing your product, for example, because people are buying you essentially, and they want to know who you are as a mom, as a wife, as a sister, as a daughter, as a friend. Anyone that follows me knows what I'm all about, the things I like, the things I dislike. But you want to be careful as to not be, politically controversial or just throwing profanities around and things of that nature. Again, your Facebook page is your storefront whenever you have a social media based business. So you want to be very conscious of how you conduct yourself on social media.
Wow. Well, Krista, I'm speechless on my end. I'm speechless. You are killing it. So
Thank you.
I'm extremely proud of you. I'm very happy for you. I know your whole family is happy for you. Is there anything?
Thank you so
much. No problem. Is there anything that you want to leave the Beyond Elevated family with, of all the network marketers out there, all the people that have side hustles, all the entrepreneurs trying to start their own business? What would you like to tell them? What would you like to give them as the last piece to the interview?
I want to give you a couple of things. What I want to tell you is to first and foremost, you need to be in the right headspace. Okay, your mind is such a powerful tool. And if you talk to yourself negatively, you are doing yourself such a disservice. You truly can achieve anything that you set out to do in your life if you believe that you can do it. So the first thing is getting into a positive headspace and realizing that you can achieve your goals. However, you need to be realistic in realizing that you have to pair your goals with massive action. If you're not willing to make the sacrifices of time or whatever it is to pour into your business, the result is not going to be there, okay? Because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. No business is. So you will see success and results if you're willing to put the time and the work in. Remember, it's network marketing, okay? It's not get-rich-quick scheme. None of that. You have to work it. If you work it, it will work for you. And the second thing is realistic expectations. A lot of times people come into this and they think in their first week or month of the business, if they haven't hit a certain level or they didn't have the success of someone else, that maybe they're just not cut out for this and they're not going to succeed. But the truth is you have to give yourself that realistic expectation of realizing that Rome wasn't built in a day, that you need to build a solid foundation, that you need social proof. And what I mean by that is that people need to see that you truly are the real deal, that you're not just jumping into something new and saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, and 2 weeks later you're going to walk away. So when you pair what you truly want to show your audience with that action, with that passion, with that genuine quality, you provide knowledge and value to your audience, you will absolutely build that social proof and that genuine integrity and that reputability that people look for when it comes to supporting you and your business. And remember, comparison robs joy. So your journey is different than anybody else's journey. And just because someone on your team or in your business got to a certain level, quicker than you did, doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful at this. Everyone has different reasons and equations as to why they succeed faster than somebody else. But do not compare your start to someone else's middle or end of the road or whatever it is. Comparison robs joy. Just remember why you started, never lose that, and just continue to pour into yourself, pour into your team, and care more about the paychecks of other people under you before your own. And I promise you, when you put people in front of profit, you'll have a lot of success.
Okay. Okay. Beyond Elevated family, you're listening to the Beyond Elevated show with Krista Kasper. You know what? You're listening to the Krista Kasper show on Beyond Elevated.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Thank you.
Krista, where do they find you? Where can I find you?
Well, of course, on Facebook, you could find me, Krista Kasper. That's KK. So Kasper like the ghost, but with a K. And then, of course, my website is www.lashesfordaysbykrista.com.
Krista, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. I gotta have you on again now. I gotta have you on again. So
it would be an honor.
Well, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. This has been another episode of the Beyond Elevated podcast. Check out our Facebook and Twitter at The Beyond Elevated. Also, check out our website at beyondelevated.net.